wine that I'm really excited to be trying, because the very first time I had this wine was with the brand ambassador of the company, who came down to the Wine Direct office. She took us through the range. Everybody in the office was so impressed with all of the wines. They're one of the leading producers of the region, and this wine is made from the white flagship grape of the region. So the name of the producer is Martin Codax, and this wine is made from the Albariño grape. It's 2011 vintage. Typically the Albariño grape makes wines intended to be drunk fairly young. So this wine's going to be good now and for the next couple of years, but only probably up to 2 to 3 years. So Martin Codax are located in the Rías Baixas region of Galicia. I had to Google how to pronounce that because you would never know from the spelling that it's pronounced Rías Baixas. The region's typified by very deep soil, and there's a very strong Atlantic Ocean influence. Galicia itself is very green and there's very high precipitation. This grape thrives there. They have the Albariño grapes are very thick-skinned and they can withstand the quite damp climate, so they're not very susceptible to rot. So this wine has been made using both traditional and modern techniques. Traditional trellis system, the emperada trellis system, which is similar to a kind of pergola and very typical of the Galicia region. Well, the vinification is quite modern, stainless steel tanks, goes through malolactic fermentation, so the malic acid is transformed into a lactic acid, which takes place after the alcoholic fermentation. This is beneficial, especially in a wine like this that has very strong green malic acid kind of characteristics, because the malic acid's transformed to a much creamier, easier on the mouth kind of lactic acid sensation, or lactic acid. So it's made using, modern winemaking techniques. Okay, so now onto the wine itself. It's closed under a Stelvin Lux screw cap. So as you can see, that's the similar to Stelvin, but without the little ridge bits. So it just looks a lot kind of more modern. And the label's lovely. It's quite traditional looking, keeping with the theme of Martin Codax, which is actually the name of a very famous Galician troubadour. Okay, so now onto the wine. Pour a little more in my glass. So light, obviously 2011, these wines are generally light in appearance. Now onto the nose. I love this grape so much because what you notice is after drinking a few different Albariños, not only do you start to love the grape variety, but it's very easy to identify it because it's typified by strong kind of stone fruits on the nose, white peaches, apricots, and then there's also a lovely delicate kind of jasmine aroma as well. Okay, so now onto the palate. Wow, I can only describe this wine as being like when you bite into an extremely ripe but flavoursome and juicy apple, immediately the acid hits your cheeks and they start salivating, but then it's followed with an immediate explosion of delicious fruits, and again stone fruits, white peaches, apricots, but then lovely honeys and a lot of citrus fruit, just really delicious, rich fruits on the palate. And you definitely have a touch of sea salt coming through, which is typical of the Rías Baixas region. The influence of the very close water and lots of the different soil type definitely give off this sea salt kind of sensation. It's a really delicious wine. I think the ideal food match would be, people always talk about matching this with seafood, which definitely would be delicious, but I personally would probably have octopus with paprika or something like that. Drink it as an aperitif as well. I think it would also work with sashimi and wasabi. It's aromatic. A lot of people kind of relate it to a Riesling, but it's not a Riesling, it's obviously an Albariño. For £10, it's around £10 a bottle. Some of these wines are getting pretty expensive in this region. It's very fashionable. 90% of the region is planted up with this white grape variety, so there's a lot to choose from, but this is definitely a winner and it's excellent price quality ratio. We wholeheartedly recommend it in the Wine Direct office. You should try it this summer and experience the Albarino grape. Thank you.